What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Trailer Park Live here on the 2nd Street Marvel. Well, we're coming at you every single Friday night at 8 p.m. So make sure you invite your friends because I do a comic book giveaway every single Friday night. And as you all well may know, if you've been here before, I typically go over my comic book pull list. Then we jump into some of the news and laugh and joke about some of the different things going on throughout the week. And we interact with you viewers at the same time. The more we have, the more fun it is. And sometimes, you know, things do kind of get out of hand and we go a little bit long here. I only try to do this for about an hour, but there has been times if you go back and look at any of the past Trailer Park Lives, we go a little bit longer than that. Like I said, the more the merrier. The more of you there is, the more fun we have. And today I am going to start things off no different than I do every other week, and we're going to start off with my comic book pull list. And today I am going to start off actually with the issue that I will be giving away this week. Now, this suggestion comes to me from Comic Man Jake. I was on one of his streams the other week and asking about, you know, because in case you can't tell, I'm mostly into Marvel. In case you can't tell by the posters, in case you can't tell by most of the things I talk about, or even the channel name. Although I do got to say the channel name kind of, you know, Marvel isn't exclusive to comics, but it is part of the reason I chose the name. But Comic Man Jake did suggest this comic book, and it's the one I am giving away this week. It's a DC title, so it is Hawkman number 10. Okay, I just picked this issue up. I actually haven't ever read Hawkman before, but I'm gonna take Comic Man Jake's advice and hope that this is a good issue. I've heard from other people that it's a pretty good issue, and I'm looking forward to it. And you know, get a look at that cover. That cover they put on here, that's pretty legit. I don't know if you ask me, it's a pretty slick cover. This was the only one I've seen at my comic shop. I believe this is a variant edition. They did have the other one, and I think I put I posted it on my Twitter and Instagram, things like that. If you haven't followed me on Twitter and Instagram, you should go ahead and do that. Sometimes I do ask for advice on what comic books I should give away, or just other things in general. So, you know, make sure you subscribe and follow me on my social media links. The next issue we have here is the Winter Soldier, issue number 4. Okay, now this is a limited series. It's only 5 issues, so this is the 4th issue of the Winter Soldier story here. And this book is actually written by Kyle Higgins, and Rod Reese does all of the art and all of the colors and everything in this book. It's a really good book. It's lettered by VC's Clayton Cowles. And here's some of the artwork you can check out. Like I said, it's not for everybody, but I thought it was pretty cool. So yeah. It's been a pretty good story so far. Like I said, I'm not sure if you heard me talk about it before. Bucky Barnes basically is now, how would you say, he's a very over-involved and very proactive, how would you say, therapist for people who are trying to make good to the world, you know, repenting for their past sins. And believe me, there's been quite a bit of them, especially after all the events of Secret Empire. And that's another story for another time. And I do plan on doing a review of Secret Empire, as it seems to be quite a controversial issue amongst a lot of people. But that's neither here nor there right now. The next issue I have here is Spider-Gwen, issue number 6. I'm sorry, the light probably kind of glares off of that. Issue number 6. This series has actually been pretty good. I was actually thinking about canceling this series, but I want to get through this book before I decide that. The first 3 issues that they did here were in part of the Spider-Geddon event that happened last year, and I'm not sure if you caught my review on the Spider-Geddon event, but you can find that in a playlist here on my channel. But I almost stopped doing this one because the last 2 issues after the Spider-Geddon event, they were really good issues. Those 3 issues were great, and it made me want to keep reading this series. But the last 2 issues have moved along kind of slowly. Issue number 4 was like the aftermath of Spider-Geddon, so it was kind of slow moving, you know, as Spider-Gwen went around to inform some of the loved ones of the events of Spider-Geddon. I don't really want to give that away in case you want to read Spider-Geddon, because that's part of my reason for doing this channel and doing some of the comic book reviews I do is to, you know, I don't want to give everything away, but I would like you all to get out and, you know, maybe check out some story arcs. And, you know, you can get out to your local comic shop, preferably to support them, or you can even get on Marvel Unlimited or even Marvel.com and you can order digital comics there. Sometimes they have pretty good deals on there, so they are worth checking out. But this Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider, this does have a different artist in it this time. This is actually written by, oh man, I feel so bad, I forgot who this was written by. It's written by Shannon, or is that Shannon or Sheenan McGuire, Takeshi Miyazawa, and artist, the color artist is Ian Herring, and the letter is VC's Clayton Cowles. And the art in this book looks a little bit different from the previous issues. Just a little bit. I do like the art in this one, so I'm hoping that this series continues to be very good. The next issue I have is Punisher. What is that? Number 9? Is that number 9? Punisher number 9. Now, I'm not sure if you guys have been following the Punisher, but this series has been really great. It's written by Matt Rosenberg. The artist here, as you can see, is Simon Kurdansky, and the colorist is Antonio Fabello. The letter is VC's Corey Petit. The art in this book has been amazing. It's gritty, as you can see, and it's been a pretty wild ride through the series. I am a few issues behind on this series, so I do have some catching up to do, and I will be doing a review on that pretty soon. But I am a few issues behind, but I can tell you this series started off really good. I mean, it's Punisher, right? But you got to think that after the events of Secret Empire, which, like I said before, Secret Empire, for a lot of reasons, was actually really a blessing to Marvel Comics, and definitely probably a blessing to the Punisher, as these issues have been really good, as Frank Castle goes to repent for his past sins that when he was working with Hydra. But as I said, I will be talking more about Secret Empire in a future video, in a future review. Now, the last issue, this was kind of a slow week. This was kind of a slow week, and I'm thankful for that, because sometimes, you know, there's times when Marvel, man, they really nail you with a lot of issues, especially when you're following, as I've mentioned before, when you're following some of the series that I do, where they're releasing like bi-monthly mags. I mean, they get 2 Spider-Mans, 2 X-Men, 2 Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Mans. It just gets to be a lot, and I'm glad that, well, the first 10 weeks of that Uncanny X-Men was pretty rough, because there was an issue every week, same as they're doing with Avengers No Road Home right now. And in the Amazing Spider-Man here, issue number 17, The Hunted. Okay, this series has been great. Okay, I know I'm not sure if you guys saw my review of Back to Basics, the Spider-Man Back to Basics. It was the first 5 issues of this Amazing Spider-Man series that re-kicked off last year after the events of Secret Empire. I'm telling you, a lot of people slam Secret Empire, but in a way, it was really kind of a blessing to Marvel Comics. It reset a lot of things in the universe, but Nick Spencer has done an amazing job bringing Peter Parker back into his classic form. He's no longer the Tony Stark prodigy with plenty of resources to spare. He's got a lot of problems, and you can see through the past few issues, he is getting his ass handed to him, just left and right. And this issue is no different. It's got some great art in it. It's written by Nick Spencer. The pencils were done by, oh man. The pencils were done by Humberto Ramos, was the artist, was the penciler. Victor Olazaba is the inker, and Edgar Delgado is the colorist. Now, VC's Joe Caramunga also does the letters in this book. And I gotta tell you, like I said, these issues have been amazing. No pun intended. It's Spider-Man. So, you know, there's, like I said, Nick Spencer has brought Spider-Man back into his classic form. It's really great. He's got a lot of stumbles through life. I mean, he's back grounded. He's back into reality. He's back in a relationship with Mary Jane. There's been a lot of unfortunate situations with Aunt May, as we've seen through this series, and even the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. We've got a new mayor. It's Mayor Fisk. So, like I said, that's just a little bit of things that are going on in this topsy-turvy world. So, like I said, you guys should definitely check out the Amazing Spider-Man. The Hunted has just kicked off with this part 1 of these series, and I believe they're going to be issuing quite a bit of these too, because they got the Hunted, and then they've got the other ones. I believe the next one is going to be issue number 18, and then after that is issue number 18.HU, which kind of focuses on some of the people, I believe that are either being hunted or the hunters. I know the last one focused a little more on Black Cat, which was issue number 16HU, focused more on Black Cat and exactly how she got involved in this story. Needless to say, it's been very good. I've really liked the art that has been in these books. Like I said in my review, Ryan Otley was doing a lot of the art for these. and I really do like his art. It was quite a change going to Humberto Ramos and his art, and they're just different, totally different styles. They're both very good. I honestly can't complain about either of these artists here, but like I said, they are very different styles. And this week, actually, on Marvel.com, we did get a tease of this issue number 24 that is getting ready to come out, and Ryan Ottley is back on the pencils, it looks like. So it should be pretty interesting, and I'm looking forward to seeing some of his art again. Like I said, I'm really mixed here when it comes to this magazine, because they've used Humberto Ramos, they've used Ryan Ottley, and man, there's just been some great art in this book. The story has been good. You guys know I love Spider-Man in the first place, and there's really nothing I can complain about this series. It's been excellent. If you're not reading, Spider-Man, The Amazing Spider-Man, you should be. Now, here's a preview of some of the other issues coming out next week in Marvel Comics. We got some Avengers, we got some Spider-Man. Obviously, there's always Star Wars issues as well. But there's plenty of these here. You can look and browse through those. And most of these will be available next week. So, it looks like it doesn't look like there's a whole lot that I'm going to be picking up next week on my pull list, but we'll see if there's anything else that I get. I honestly doubt it, though, because things have been a little bit tight lately, because my kitty cat is missing, and I just got in a car collision the other day. Some lady hit my car. My business car is all jacked up, so hopefully things will get better. But getting back to last week's show, I did do a giveaway. I asked you guys to answer a question: what was on your pull list, and what is your current favorite series? And I believe there was a couple of people who entered here, and today's winner, or this week's winner, for the X-Force issue number 1 is Matt Stockholm. Matt Stockholm, please make sure you get a hold of me in my About section here on my channel and get me your details so I can get this issue sent out to you as soon as possible. I just sent off some other things in the mail for some of my other winners here lately, so hopefully I'll have some pictures to prove to you all that I am doing these giveaways. That's all I really have for my comic book pull list. Now let's get on into these. I'm stumbling over my words here. Let's get on to this week's topics. Whoa, okay, I'm sorry. I almost forgot. To get entered into the giveaway for this Hawkman issue number 10, tell me down in the comments section, what is the name of the aircraft that Carol Danvers was testing with Dr. Lawson in the Captain Marvel movie that had the Lightspeed engine in it? What is the name of the aircraft that Carol Danvers was flying when she was shut down with Dr. Lawson in the Captain Marvel movie? They did make mention of this very briefly. Answer that down in the comments to get entered into the giveaway for this Hawkman issue number 10. Now, moving on to tonight's topics.